one more year of work, for example, the leverage that has when it comes to understanding what will your portfolio now look like over time. So let's take a look at an example here. Let's assume you have a portfolio value of $500,000. And your decision is, do I work one more year or do I retire now and start drawing down my portfolio? Well, let's look at working one more year. In this example here, that 500,000, that's probably gonna keep growing. And obviously, depending on what the market does, let's assume you get 8% growth in that year. Well, now your portfolio is not 500,000, it's worth 540,000. Well, not just that, but let's also assume you're still contributing to your portfolio. And let's assume these are your peak earning years and maybe you're putting $25,000 into your portfolio. Well, if we look at that again, if you add another 25,000, now you're looking at $565,000. So that's your portfolio with one more year of work. Now let's assume you don't work one more year, but you retire. Well, if that's the case, I'll do this in a different color here. Now your portfolio is still growing, but maybe it's not growing quite as much. For the sake of this example, let's just assume you get 5% growth instead of 8. Well, now your 500,000, that turns to 525,000. So it still grows, just not quite as much. But instead of adding money to your portfolio, you're now taking money out of your portfolio. If we assume a 5% initial withdrawal rate, 5% of 500,000, that's 25,000. So let's assume you take 25,000 out. And what we get here is now you have $500,000. So we can start to see the difference here after 1 year of having 565,000 in this example versus having 500,000, which is retiring now versus retiring after 1 year, which is what we're looking at up here. That's not where this math problem stops. That's not where this analysis stops. Let's now project this out in the future to see what impact does this actually have over the course of your retirement. So let's actually take a look at this here. Let's say, what does this look like to have 500,000 versus 565,000? Is it simply a $65,000 difference in the grand scheme of things? It's not. It's going to be much larger, and we'll start to show you why. So if you're going to retire now, let's assume that your Social Security benefit is $3,000 per month. Well, if you wait one more year to collect, or to wait one more year to retire, let's say you could have retired at 67, but now you retire at 68, your Social Security benefit is going to grow. And it's going to grow by 8% per year, plus whatever the cost of living adjustment is. But let's just look at this. That means instead of your Social Security benefit being $3,000, your Social Security benefit is going to be $3,240 had you waited one more year to collect, which gives you an increase in your benefit. So not only do you have a higher portfolio value, you have a higher Social Security benefit, which means there's less needed from your portfolio. Well, we already noted in this first example, you're taking 25,000 out per year. That's the number we're looking at right here. So you're taking 25,000. Now, if you work one more year and retire 1 year later, you don't need to take out as much from your portfolio because you have a larger Social Security benefit. So in this example, you would need to take out about $22,000 per year as opposed to the $25,000 per year that we looked at here. So now what you're starting to see is not only did one more year of work increase your portfolio, but it's also putting less of a need, less of a demand on your portfolio to sustain or generate the same level of income. If we want to understand this in the context of a percentage, so if we want to say what's our withdrawal percentage, well, this 25,000 divided by 500,000, that represents about a 5% withdrawal rate, whereas 22,000 per year divided by 560,000, that represents a 3.9% per year withdrawal rate. So we're starting with a larger number and needing to take less out, and if we start to extrapolate that over time. Once again, I'm James Knoll, founder of Root Financial, and if you're interested in seeing how we help our clients at Root Financial get the most out of life with their money, be sure to visit us at www.rootfinancialpartners.com.